Incredible greetings, Silaholics. We are going to do a really quick tracing video, and I'm going to show you guys, or just refresh you guys on how to save as an SVG or in a vector format if you want to take the file to a different software, such as Cricut Design Space, uh, Affinity Designer, Adobe Illustrator, Inkscape, Corel Draw, any program that will allow you to open up an SVG file, even if you are using a different cut machine. I'm not sure how the Solo works or how the Caesar Juliet works. Like if it gives you the option to like trace things to create your own vector files to be able to cut. If it does not, then you can use the techniques that I'm going to show you here and the steps I'm going to show you here to uh, trace, save, and then be able to open up in those various programs. Okay. So first thing that you're going to do is when you open up your screen, you don't have to have it on your design page. So like mine is here. If you have a JPEG or PNG version of your file, you can simply copy and paste it into Silhouette Studio, or you can go to File Open or File Merge, go to that picture and open it. If you have to take a screenshot of it, that is creating a JPEG image or a PNG image, and then you just have to bring that into Silhouette Studio. So this was a question that was posted in one of the Facebook groups that I'm in. So she had the picture there, and all I did from that group was I right-clicked on it, I put a copy image, and then I came over to Silhouette Studio and said paste, and it pasted that JPEG image into Silhouette Studio. I just made it a little bit bigger so that I can trace it. You're going to come over to the right-hand side to this icon right here. When you hover over it, it will say open the trace panel. You're going to click on that, go to select trace area, place your box around it. And this is a lot of black, so it's going to trace it really easy. You don't really have to adjust anything. I like to take my scale down, but sometimes it does not really affect it. And you're going to hit trace. Once you hit trace, this is all an SVG is now, instead of it being a solid JPEG, where if you double click on this, you only get 4 points. There's nothing around the letters. If I double click on this, I now have edit points everywhere. This is path. This is what a vector file is. An SVG is scalable vector graphic. So now we can take this, we can either add color to it, if you wanted it to just be black the same way that this one is over here. If you wanted to break it up. So I know she mentioned, because it was in a summation group, that, she wanted to be able to, print her summation designs and things. If you wanted to customize or modify this and make different parts of it different colors, you can do that as well by simply selecting it and then releasing compound path. Now, I always know, you guys know that I always say, release compound path, it releases all the inner parts. But for this, because of how it's designed and their breaks, it's nothing that's going to release any inner shapes, but it does separate them. So like for the D, you can go in and make this a color, and then you can make this part a different color, maybe just a different shade of yellow. Same thing with all of them. You can make them the same shade, you can make them different shades. And once you do that, you want to select it and group it together. You cannot make that a compound path. If you make it a compound path, it's going to all become one color. So if you want it to have different colors in there, you're going to group them together after you add all the colors. If not, you can just select one word and just group it all together and color that in. If you make it a compound path, it's going to be pretty much the same. It's going to look the same as if you grouped it, and as far as filling it in with the colors, right? So now let's say you want to go ahead and make this an SVG. You can make something in SVG in Silhouette Studio if you have the business edition. Must be business edition, and then you'll be able to save it as an SVG if you're using version 4. But if you have just designer edition or even just the free version of Silhouette Studio, because remember, you do not need a machine in order to use Silhouette Studio. If you have just that, you can take this and still save it as an SVG to be able to use in your different softwares. So now I just want to, I'm going to group this together because I want you to see how different it's going to show up. I'm going to put this on my design page, and this is what, 20, let's just say 24. I'm going to make that 24, and I'm going to delete this one. We're going to go up here to File, then go to Save As, Save to Hard Drive, and then we're going to go IDK Live Tut. And I'm going to hit OK. And that's saving it as a Silhouette file. You cannot open that in Cricut Design Space or any other. It's proprietary to Silhouette Studio and in its system. But what we're going to do is go over to Google, and you're going to type in Ideas Are Us. It's in Silhouette Studio to SVG converter. You can convert up to 10 files per day. You're going to click on that. You're going to go to Choose File. We're going to find that file that we just created. And it's going to be here. You're going to convert Studio to SVG. It's going to give you a link right here. You're going to click on that link, and there is the file. I wish I would have taken off the line colors first. And then once you're here, you're going to right click and go to Save As. And see, it'll say SVG document. And I'm just going to make this one SVG. And then we're going to go save. Once it saves, it's just downloading here. I don't have to do anything with it. I'm going to go over to Cricut Design Space, and we're going to go upload. And then we're going to go upload, browse. I'm going to go to the file folder that it was in, or to my quick access, now called Home in the updated version of Windows 11. We're going to go open, and there we go. So it's there. We're going to go upload and then add that to the canvas. All right. We're going to go ahead and ungroup this. So this part that was all together is there. This line can be moved around if you need to, this one, and then this, but then you can ungroup that one. Now this right here, you won't be able to, well, actually, no, did I group that? So even if you ungroup it, no, so this one I think I did group together. This is the one that was made into a compound path. So see, you're not going to see ungroup on here. What you have to do if you want to color these to make them different colors over in Cricut Design Space, you're going to have to come over here to your cut contour, because not cut contour, I'm thinking about rolling, to your contour, because this is just one. So if I wanted this to be different colors, we're just going to copy, and then I'm just going to paste it. I'm going to select both of these, and I'm just going to align it to the left. I'm going to change the color on this just so you can see the difference. We're going to come over to contour, and I'm going to hide this one, and I'm left with the line. Okay. And then on this one, I'm going to come to contour, and I'm going to hide this part, and I'm left with just the D. So now they can be separated. But if you think that you want to separate and you don't want to go through the cut contour part of it, once you trace it, just leave them either grouped together or just leave them as is, because then you can ungroup. Well, this was made into a compound path. So from here, you would have to do the cut contour for all of these. This one was the same way. So if I go back over to Silhouette Studio and I release compound path on this one and just group, not ungroup, we just group it. And then this one, we're going to release compound path and just group it. If I were to save this again and then open it up, then all I would have to do is ungroup and I would be able to select each individual part versus when you make it a compound path in Silhouette Studio, you have to go to your contour. So hopefully that makes sense. Okay. But this is how you can take a file and vectorize it and make it to where you can utilize it to cut your designs over in Cricut Design Space or open it up in your program of choice to edit. All right. Hopefully this was helpful for you. If it was, be sure to visit our website, shop.hsink365.com. Here's where you're going to find classes on learning how to utilize Silhouette Studio as a design software. You do not need the machine in order to take this class because this is teaching you how to use it as a design software, teaching you all of the essentials, the tools, how they work, where they're located at, what's their basic functions. And once you are comfortable with that or in tandem with it, you can take any of our design classes. And that will help you with like using a design and seeing how that works together to create designs in Silhouette Studio. Depending on when you are watching this, if you're watching this during the month of February and March 2023, you can enroll in our Foundations of Designing program. And that with that, we're going to go through Silhouette Studio and some Photoshop and showing you some different design techniques and how to just take your designs to the next level. So if you're interested in learning design, consider that course. All right, y'all. Until next time, have a great one. Continue to unlock your creativity and be incredible. Peace.